whole BX and just, big pun. I'm glad they got something for him.
Yeah.
Because, he was a tremendous presence in the hip hop game. No pun intended or anything like that. But, he just made such a huge mark on the hip hop game, man. I mean, in such a little time, too.
Yeah.
What was it, 95 to like 2001 or 2000?
Yeah, about 2000. Because I think he died in, what was it, 2000? It was 2000 when he
It was
died.
either right at the end of 99 or the first part of 2000.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but it was one of them. So, but he had just dropped the album, so I think that's what makes it seem like it was, longer. But yeah, so anyway, I want to mention real quick, last week I spoke about the new Justice League movie. It's not really hip hop, but I just, it was a kind of big topic this week. So I just want to give a quick opinion on it. I didn't really realize what they were doing with the movie. See, I was thinking that it was going to be like a sequel to the other Justice League movie, but it was not. So what it was basically it was the same exact movie.
Okay.
So the guy who made this one, his name is Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
And he was the one he was making the original one. But what happened was halfway making the original one, he had a death in the family or something like that, some kind of personal family issue. So he was like, I'm going to step away. And then the studio was like, okay, well, we can just do the movie for you. You know what I mean? And so he let them do the movie, and the first one didn't come out as good.
Yeah. So
he was kind of mad, and a lot of the fans were mad because they were like, y'all fucked up the first movie. So now what he did was he went back and did the movie again the way he wanted to do it. So some of the scenes are the same, but you see a lot of extra background story on some people like Cyborg, and it really did make a difference. And I really wish this was the original, because you get other characters that make appearances in there. Jared Leto's version of the Joker appears in there from Suicide Squad.
Okay.
He's in there. So,
Will Smith hates that guy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was good because, you just got a lot more background, and the CGI stuff was a lot better. A lot of people complained because the dude that did Superman, he had a thick mustache. And so in the original, they just kind of did a CGI and took it out. They didn't make him shave it because I guess he just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So and a lot of people was like, you could just tell it was fake. It just didn't look good.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a big deal for me. I never really noticed it until I heard other people complain about it. But, they kind of fixed that in this one.
Yeah.
So that was all. I just want to kind of mention that. It was really good. You got the Ben Affleck Batman.
Which already played a good Batman. Well, I think he played a good, even with the Batman versus Superman movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was good though. A lot of people are very happy with it, but the only problem is, had he been able to really make this one, they would have been doing a good sequel to that by now. And so now they're saying that they're not going to do a sequel.
Dang.
But you could tell he set it up for one. At the end, it's like it's set up for a sequel where it's like, oh, that would be so dope. I'm ready for that sequel. And then,
dang,
he was just
damn like, DC.
Yeah. But the movie was so good, but it was 4 hours long. So he had to make sure he put every detail in there. It's on HBO Max, and I think some select movie theaters if you're willing to go out there and risk it on the COVID thing.
Yeah, but get the roll.
Yeah, I got it on HBO Max. So I'm like,
I think this weekend I'm gonna go ahead and invest in the HBO Max.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna watch. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and watch it and get tied up and just take that 4 hours.
Yeah, there's some good movie sites out there if you can find a good movie website that might have a cheap download of it if you really just want to see it. But
.org.
Right. But yeah, overall, I just wanted to mention that it was a good movie, and I'm glad I just didn't realize it until I actually turned it on to watch it. I was like, some of these scenes are looking familiar. I'm like, didn't this happen in the other one? Because at that point, I'm still thinking it's some sort of sequel.
I never watched it. Like I said, I never watched the original.
Yeah,
because it was like,
so you better off watching this one.
Yeah, so when I watch this one, I would be like, dang, yeah.
So yep,
I'll get that raw.
Right.
Zach's like, yeah, you got this.
Right. Yeah, I fucked up my movie, so let me go ahead and make it right.
Yeah, make that raw. Get that pure.
Get it in your veins.
Get
you know
that
what I mean?
pure.
But yeah, it was really good. So I definitely commend him for going back and, remaking that joint. You know what I mean? So I just wish they would do a sequel still. I think he's just like, you know what, at this point, it's too late. I think he just feels like it's too late to try to do it. Because I think they're really trying to compete with the Marvel Universe thing, and Marvel's so far ahead of them.
Yeah, I think
I think that's what makes them feel like it's too late. We fucked up.
I think for them right now, it would be wise if they didn't compete with them.
Yeah.
And just kind of
do your own thing. You know what I mean? It ain't about competing. I mean, people want diversity, so your thing needs to be different. It's good how Marvel did it because they were struggling in the beginning and then they figured it out.
Yeah.
Let's make a 10-year plan. Let's kind of figure this out.
And then on top of that, Marvel they got Disney.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You ain't about to fuck it.
I mean, Marvel was a big corporation in the beginning anyway, but once you got Disney behind
you,
that's the mega machine right
once
there.
You got the mouse, it's a wrap.
DC ain't got that yet.
Yeah,
so,
once Mickey started web slinging and shit. Hey, Spider-Man, this is fun. I can do it like you. Yeah, when Mickey started doing that shit, it's a wrap.
Exactly.
It's a wrap.
See Mickey versus Wolverine.
Yeah. Come on, you Tanner, you son of a bitch. I'll take you. I'll take you home. I'll take you home.
But
you're the manium son of a bitch.
I'll break your bones in half. But yeah, so go see the new Justice League. It's definitely worth it. Zack Snyder deserves some views on that. He did a great job. It's long. You might have to watch it in 2 segments, but it's definitely worth it if you got the time.
Yeah, make sure take a bathroom break.
Right.
Wipe your ass.
Right.
And come back.
But real quick before we move on to the next topic, don't forget like, share, subscribe.
Yep.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yep.
Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
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 We appreciate the donations, but we need some bigger ones.
Yeah, we need bigger donations. Yeah, you up here spending $5.95 on Quaker Oats, and you cannot donate to this. All right, I'm gonna stop.
If you can pay for college, you can pay for the Triad Hip Hop Podcast.
If you can pay for.
But anyway, I want to give a real big shout out to my man Nas. His original debut album, Illmatic, has just recently been inducted into the Library of Congress's National Recording Registry.
Okay, that's what's up.
So, yeah, man, that's huge. A few other artists have gotten in there. I think Madonna got in there at the same time as him, and a couple other singers and stuff. But that's really huge because that's a classic. I think that's still his best album to date. He's gotten some other close ones, but that's still the majority of people are gonna say that's like his best album.
Well, I mean, the fact that, man, shoot, that album was just a different. Actually, if you think about it, man, not to necessarily compare him to Rakim, because like Rakim, when he came out, pretty much everybody changed the way he rhymed. Think Nas, when he came out with Illmatic, with the producers getting behind him,
right?
He pretty much changed how records got produced, and made, because what I'm saying, like back in the day, before pretty much before that album, I'm not gonna say maybe. I mean, you got other people that did stuff. I think Biggie was on that stuff, having different producers and things.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was more so like, what I'm saying, Gangstar's Guru and Primo.
Right.
Cool G Rap had, DJ Polo.
Yeah.
Kane had Mr. C.
Right.
Biggie had Mr. C as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, Cool J had Cut created. Like, it was the DJ that was doing all the mixing and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
He had other folks that, but it wasn't, but it was mainly that those. that group.
Man.
But then when
he had DJ Scratch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. So now, Nas just kind of came along, like, let me just get the hottest producers we make this. And
Yeah, man. And that really set the album off, man. Pete Rock did some dope joints for him. Primo, Q-Tip, Large Professor, like you say, yeah, man. So that's completely out of this world. So shout out to Nas for that, man. Matter of fact, let's give him some claps or something.
Give it a clap.
Just want to pay respects to him because he's a legend. I also want to pay respects to MC Sha Rock. She featured in a Google commercial where they referenced her as the first female artist in rap, right?
Yes. What it is like they had they're doing the Women's History Month, for March. So we didn't get to say that back in early. So happy Women's Month, and we appreciate women's contributions and things.
Facts.
Now, to be fair, I don't know why the fuck they pushing it this hard this year. I think they're doing that because of Black History Month for February. I just like that's I don't even get it.
Right.
I do, but I don't. It's like damn, it's like damn. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know y'all getting 31 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like shit. February like a spade game and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a bad spade game. Yeah, I got 28 in the possible. Right. You know what I'm saying? 28 in the possible.
Exactly. That's the best way to put it. Every 4 years you might get that 29.
Yeah, get that 29. Yeah, I got 29. Yeah, we're going
right.
About to run a Boston on y'all.
But yeah, man. So shout out to MC Sha Rock.
She
definitely represented for the females in hip hop and other people like MC Debbie D. Who else was it?
Lisa Lee.
Man, you know what I mean? All of them. MC Light. All of them opening doors. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to all the females. Queen Latifah, Roxanne Shante. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and shout out to Google for not fucking that up because I was really concerned. I saw that commercial because they typed it in, right? So they were typing out first female rapper, and then I was like, oh, please don't say Blondie. Right. Please don't say Blondie. And they like Shy Rock. I was like, all right. Yeah. Google, my nigga.
Right. Exactly. So that's dope right there, man. So I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, I'm glad they did that.
All right, so let's move on to another topic. Let's talk a little bit about the Derek Jackson scandal. That's been going around the media here lately. I don't really know too much about him. I just started hearing about him when the scandal jumped off. So I guess he's like a relationship guru where he tried to give relationship advice. And now, he done fucked up and got caught out there with the cheating. That happened to, what's the other guy? He was a preacher, and Oprah Winfrey worked with him a lot. So I think it's John something.
Don't get me.
But he was kind of a heavyset dude, and he got a pretty big church, and his church was featured on Oprah's channel several times and stuff like that. And next thing you know, he get caught out there cheating twice.
Dang.
He got caught out there cheating, and then he, some time went by, got caught again. After he just said, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm a man of God. I'm going to fix it. Got caught again. It was like, come on, man. People look up to you. So, you can't, not that nobody can be imperfect, but especially if you got caught once, you should learn your freaking lesson. Don't get caught again. Just let it go. Obviously, it wasn't worth it. You tried it one time, wasn't worth it. You got caught. Let it go. Yes. You know what I mean?
So let me get into it a little bit. I'm gonna just pull up the article a little bit from the New York Post.
Yeah.
So basically, this not to read word for word, but it's basically saying there's a relationship guru. He has a Instagram 1.3 million followers.
Dang, 1.3
confessed to having. Oh, I thought it was one affair. He had multiple affairs.
Yeah, I did hear it was multiple.
So now that makes sense. It's basically what nigga that mother was up there, cracking, telling men about shit like this mug was on the way to cheat or
right.
got through. Yeah, so men ain't shit.
Right. Y'all ain't shit for all this cheating. Hold on, let me fix my zipper.
Yeah, so
calm myself down. I'm good now.
So
I'm nice and relaxed.
Yeah. So he preaches, healthy healing and healthy relationship. He took to Instagram Monday to confess in the video, and his wife was in there.
Yeah.
So the truth is, Derek Jackson was involved with other women outside the marriage. Speaking about himself in the third person.
Yeah, I did catch that.
Yeah, all of it falls under the category of cheating, affairs, stepping out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she looks. I'm just looking at this right here on the side. I can't shoot at the camera, but she looks really uncomfortable.
Right.
In a sense.
Yeah, everybody's been talking about how she been looking too.
Yes. So
yeah,
things like crazy. That. So
man got himself in some hot water. It's like it just looks real bad because of the fact that you're the one giving out that relationship advice. And so it's like, if you're giving people advice on other shit, like, I'm gonna tell y'all how to look fly. Here's how you fix your wardrobe. It wouldn't even be that bad, but it's like when you out there telling people you need to fix your shit, don't mess up your relationship and blah blah blah. Oh, speaking of messing up relationships, I just fucked.
I fucked all my shit up.
Right, it just looks bad. Don't be out there giving advice when you doing dirt. You know what I mean?
We just want to let you know, we at the Triad Hip Hop Podcast are not responsible for relationship advice.
We are
and
not.
If you come to us for relationship advice, you fucked up.
Right.
I'm just gonna tell you that right now. We do not do that.
Exactly. That's not what
I'm not qualified to do that. I'm just gonna be real with you. I mean,
it's not what we do. So we here to talk hip hop. You do what you do,
it.
And don't get us involved in that.
Yeah, don't.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's really messed up, man. So what else did it say? Anything else?
I don't click. Yeah, I don't click out of it, but we pretty much good. I mean, yeah, I just, I do pray that both parties. I will say that they will move on from it, and get healing, and.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, it just really is kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of sick, man. The man needs help, obviously.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's, you're at, you know what I'm saying? You're one giving advice. It's like crazy.
Exactly.
It's like getting advice to get off drugs from a person who's on drugs. That's really what it is. Yeah, hey, man.
Right. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, don't do crack. Don't do crack.
Don't do cocaine.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't smoke that glass dick. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me for a minute while stay away from the drugs, kids.
Stay away from the drugs.
Yeah. And like, what's that you doing in the background? Oh,
don't worry about that, man. I got asthma.
Right. Just don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah,
don't do that. So that'll be more for me.
Did you know about him before this situation?
I've seen some of his videos in passing.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with, my lady, she's all about that. Not necessarily like his videos, but she's all about relationship advice and stuff.
Yeah.
Me, I'm more like, I don't look at it like, fuck it. Right. I'm you know what I'm saying? That's just not. I know I probably should watch it, but it's just not my speed.
Yeah.
It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get a relationship advice from somebody, especially like somebody that's probably going to, is more, worse off than we are.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying? And then they don't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We really don't know if they're really violent enough to.
Right.
I'm not saying, I'm not knocking counselors, and because it is needed. It is a profession that's needed. But just like anybody, like, nah.
Yeah, I had never heard of him myself, but I thought it was interesting. But he definitely got himself into some trouble. Is hopefully they can kind of get through it without too much more going on. But it's just funny, man, when they get caught out there like that.
Oh, and before we go to the next topic, we do need to talk about the Joe Budden podcast.
Oh yeah.
With
my
the
bad.
Roy and you good with the Roy and Maul situation.
Yeah, so Howie was saying that recently on the Joe Budden podcast, we were missing a couple of people, Rory and Maul, and we were trying to get to the bottom of why they were missing. Did something happen? Did they have an issue? It seems like there was some slight issue of disagreement with something Joe said. We don't know for sure, but we've been doing our homework trying to research it. So if anybody knows this situation, throw it in the comments. Let us know what you know. But we just heard that all of a sudden out of nowhere they were not on the show. And from what we're hearing, like one of them got into a disagreement, but then the other one just kind of jumped in and was like, yeah, that's kind of messed up, so I'm not gonna come back either. Some shit like that.
Well, basically what it is, so Roy has actually been saying some slick stuff to Joe.
To Joe, okay.
And a couple and this is Joe's side. Mm-hmm. From what I hear, like he's been saying some slick stuff, even the fans start to notice.
Oh, okay.
Also, it is kind of alleged that Roy is going through some issues with his significant other.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I think that might be some of the issue.
Yeah, that could.
Maul, his issue was like, okay, why does Roy get to sit down? And I just don't think that was right. So
yeah.
Then he kind of left, Maul, hey, I think with Joe's, even though as bad as it is, I will have to say, look, y'all not fired. You're not this, that, and the third. It's just, I'm just paraphrasing.
Yeah.
I think it was wise. Like, hey, look, just sit down.
Right.
Let's sit down and get yourself together. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I even if there was a direction of Joe might be overbearing or like, oh, this is my podcast because it bears his name, but one statement it was hey, it's all ours.
Right.
But like I said, I do feel that he was fair about it.
Yeah.
As far as like, look, just sit down. Bringing up the other co-host, he got another co-host, Ice and Savon. They have another podcast. I don't know too much. I don't know too much about them, so I'm not going to go into them that much. But they do have another podcast. Some of the fans, from what I heard, they want Maul and Roy back, which really, honestly, I feel that they have a good back, the good chemistry, and stuff. So, man, I just I really hope, because I mean, even though I don't really follow them like that, and what I'm saying, as far as their friendship and stuff, I hope they get that settled, man. Because to me, they're too cohesive in order for that to, really get, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get sloppy like that.
I think they had a good thing going. And I mean, whatever it is, I hope they work it out. You know what I mean? But I will say this. I mean, you can just tell it's not that easy to get along with Joe Budden either,
Yeah.
I'm sure, because I mean, with him, he's definitely bipolar. So his moods go left to right to left sometimes. So it's like, they probably have been, I can see my man probably saying some slick shit. Because every now and then, Joe will get to go on a rant and yell and curse and do all he wants, and everybody just got to deal with it. You know what I mean? So I can see a lot of tension building up, but they do have a good chemistry. You know what I mean? They seem to be on the same wavelength when it comes to topics. And,
it works.
And when they disagree, it's a healthy disagreement. Yeah. They don't argue.
Yeah, it works.
It's just, they laugh. I don't get why you think that, blah, blah, blah. So it does work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll keep y'all updated on the Joe Budden situation.
And then I think with Parks, because Parks, he's kind of like the dude behind, but I think he kind of inched his way up into the stardom a little bit. and I mean this with all respect. I don't want to really be rude to Parks, but I really think he don't really need to interject anything. I was gonna be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up," but nah, I'm really gonna frame it right. I really think he shouldn't. He should just let them sell it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand that they've been on the show, like so. I do understand that Park does probably have like a good understanding of how both Maul and how Roy work. I'm pretty sure he has a good understanding of it. But as far as like, especially him not really being on cam like that,
right?
I really think it would be good for him to really just let Joe and them two handle it.
Yeah.
Which I think he will.
Yeah.
But I don't think he needs to. I don't feel that he needs to interject.
Just kind of leave it alone. Do your thing. Well, I mean, we'll see. I definitely want to look into it more because, I've been wondering, how things were going. I haven't really watched their podcast in a minute, so I hadn't really been keeping up with them. So that's an interesting dynamic right there. But yeah, like I said, let us know what y'all think in the comments about the Joe Budden podcast situation with Rory and Maul, and we'll kind of go from there. You hear that? You hear that?
Girl.
This 98-year-old dog is in the background just hacking and coughing. My bad, y'all. But anyway, let's talk about this situation with King Randall. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but Howie was telling me about it, so I went back and did a little research. But King Randall is a young African American dude, and he went recently on the Roland Martin show interviewing. Now he is a conservative, which typically means Republican, but not all the time. So he says he's a conservative, but not necessarily a Republican. And so Roland Martin started really grilling him about a lot of Republican standpoints and views, and it kind of overshadowed a lot of the good stuff about this young brother, because he's actually built a whole school, right?
Yeah, he built. I think he's got a couple of schools, if I'm not mistaken. But and this is the thing of it is too. He's up there trying to teach black men,
right?
Young black boys become black men. Learning stuff. I mean, really, man, this dude, like listening to him made me think, like, man, I'm fucking up. You know what I mean? Like, it make you reevaluate your life. Like, dang, I'm fucking up. I could be doing so much more.
He said that he's been able to get this schools going just based off of donations and whatnot, man.
Yeah, so, and he has like a lot of people donating to him. He said he had like people from like Nation It. Now, this shit crazy.
Yeah.
He had people from like the Nation of Islam.
Wow.
Hebrew Israelites.
Wow.
Trump supporters.
Wow.
Like, dude.
Everybody jumping.
You can't tell me this dude ain't about nothing.
Yeah.
Cause you got that type of people coming in, like people that really don't agree.
Right.
Man, dude, you winning.
You winning, man.
I mean,
so you can't beat that, man. I really applaud his efforts, man. And I think Roland Martin, I've been kind of feeling a little bit of some type of way about Roland because I do notice in his interviews it's very hard to get a word in edgewise because when Roland is trying to make his points, he'll just keep pushing his issue. He won't really stop to let you talk. As soon as you open your mouth, well, here's the deal, Roland. He's like, whoa, wait. Answer my question. Why is this? Why is that? And then, even if you finally get to answer that question before you move on to the next subject, we'll answer another question. It's like, okay, Roland, come on, man.
Yeah, then
you want to hear from the other person.
And then you got to stumble. And see, this is the thing about it, too, with Roland. And, I mean, just to be honest with you, like, first, when he got kicked off CNN, because he's doing all this shit so he can get, like, go back to, like, syndicated, go back to the which really would be detrimental now because, like, people don't really watch, like, CNN and shit like that.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is like he's trying to be like this whole, like, woke wearing the dashikis and things like that. Like, so people just wandering around. Oh, well, this guy's down, and and then to get for that to happen and have this young man on. First of all, the man's 21,
right? Young 20,
and Roland's 50. This dude's 21. This guy could have been out here a drug dealer. He could have been selling drugs. He could have been killing somebody. He could have killed, and that's the thing. It's like he could have been, and then the thing of it is, he'd probably get praised for it.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about it.
Yep.
But this man has took his time, had certain disciplines about him, and he built this school. Like that's dope. That's dope. We need people like I said I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I said in the in my piece that I in the Lost in Thought, I'm like, dude,
check that out.
Yeah, it's like if we need to emulate anything, we need to emulate that.
Yeah,
we need to do that like yesterday.
Yeah, quick, fast, man. I mean, like he said, we just dropped the Lost in Thought segment this morning on our YouTube page about the same subject, about King Randall, and how he talks a lot about that, gives you some good insight. But yeah, I mean, I agree, man. I couldn't agree more. We need to be supportive of that. And I mean, my thing is, even if you don't agree with everything this brother says, support the part that you do.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody,
even though we might not agree on how voting should be done, you did a whole fucking school. I can't do nothing but applaud that shit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about it, and that's what he was trying to explain. Look, I don't deal with the voting thing. Right. That's not my expertise.
Right.
He wasn't talking down about it. Not really. It's like, look, that's just something I don't do. I'm not necessarily not vote. It's just like that's not part of my process. My process is us getting black people, black men together, building, sharpening their skills,
right,
and being able, and that's the thing, and that's what you want. He up there talking about this voting stuff,
right?
Roland up there talking about this voting stuff and everything.
And it's funny, for the most part, he was agreeing with Roland.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, it's fine. That's fine. But the thing of it is, isn't it more important, especially if you're American, it's more important that you have these people out here so they can help. I don't know, the fucking economy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a
But it's like
Roland, not smart.
He's trying so hard to be hard on this kid about everything. It's like, how people going to have money to go to your school? And he was like, I'm doing nothing but donations. So and then I'm not asking nobody to pay for it. I'm trying to make it free. And it's like, every time he says something like that, Roland would try to come up with some other way to make it sound bad. But why ain't you doing this? And why don't you support that? What? And it's like, dude, man.
And then the thing of it is, too, like with the whole voting situation, yeah, I do we do understand that there's certain groups of people, there are certain, parties, well, both parties really fuck black people over. But that's beside the point. But we do understand that there's certain policies in place that are not suitable for us.
Right.
I get that. I understand that they, trying to, block certain people from voting. I get that. I understand that. What do you call it? Gerrymandering?
Yeah.
With I get that. But if this man is trying to make a positive change, because hey, who knows? If someone might come to his school and from the ranks, they might be able to vote this guy in and become a politician.
Exactly.
Who knows? And might be able to have someone that has your best interest in heart.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing of it is quick cut. I mean, I think with Martin, it's like he's cutting this man down.
Yeah.
And he's not applauding the dude for, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. Getting these kids especially like in Georgia. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Georgia's getting rough, so particularly Atlanta and stuff. So it's good to see him doing that, getting these kids together, making things work, and building something, making something of themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing.
It is, man. It is. And I'm definitely going to find out more about where his schools are and support him in some kind of way, man.
Yeah, man.
Whether it be spreading the word or making some sort of financial donation, but that's, you can't beat that, man.
No.
He not asking for no tuition, completely private, school, but he not asking you for no money. He trying to do everything off donation. So, he doing it the right way. You know what I mean?
Man.
And he's trying to teach young Black kids that, you can do things a different way. You know what I mean? You don't have to, follow a certain path that everybody else wants you to be on. You know what I mean? You can do things a different way and make a difference, so shout out to King Randall, man. I really appreciate that. And you said Boyce Watkins.
Boyce Watkins actually did another interview on him as well. I mean, before that, he actually kind of spoke to, addressed it by himself, as far as like what Roland Martin did. And then actually, he was actually explaining how, he met him a couple years back and how, like, he was just like to be the air of the room. He just like to be like this. I'm gonna talk.
Right.
And some people call him like the dude on Black Twitter. I don't know if you watch his videos, but they call him Professor Black Twitter or whatnot.
Yeah.
And he talked about like Roland Martin sound like Porky Pig, like beep, 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 beep. And I mean, honestly, like I said in my piece, there's I had some respect for Roland Martin. I mean, there were certain things that he did. It was good to see him having his own platform. What I'm saying.
Agree.
But the thing, and he had some good segments and stuff that I was like, okay, I can see that. I understand that. But he's clearly just, Democratic agent, man.
Right.
And it's like, and I'm not knocking that. And, and it'd be one thing too, if even if he didn't agree with him or, it would be really, it's still been good. One thing is like, hey man, I appreciate you. Like I said earlier, like, okay, I don't agree with this, but this is why, instead of beating the man down.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same way about Roland Martin. I got a little bit of respect for him, but I over the last year or two, I have been kind of losing a little bit of it because I noticed that all of his interviews, he really is so, if you don't agree with what I'm agreeing with, I'm gonna argue you down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He did the same with Ice Cube.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. You got to be, you got to be fair in your conversation, or ain't too many people gonna want to come back. You know what I mean? Not too many notable people anyway. So I don't. If I was that King Randall dude, I would never come back, man. After that. Because you could tell he was just getting frustrated. Like,
I mean, well, that's the thing, though. I think, this kid, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to get the praises that he deserves.
Yeah.
And he's going to get the platform that he deserves.
I didn't even know about him. My thing is, why haven't we heard nothing about him?
You know well, I mean, because he ain't shooting nobody and working, or like I'm a woman now, or you know how the society is now.
Yeah, my bad. I think I cut you off.
Nah, you good. You good.
I just, I'm just mad about stuff like that because it's like we need to hear more about people like him, and we just don't. You know what I mean? Because they don't want you to know there's people like that out there starting schools and trying to do things a little bit different. You know what I mean? So
yep.
But shout out to King Randall, man. We going to definitely support him, and I'm gonna look his channels up and all of that kind of stuff, man. See what I can do.
I think he's got an Instagram. I want to say he's got an Instagram somewhere. I haven't had him yet, but I will. And then anything else? I
think that's pretty much it for our topics. I mean, this is just to recap, this is episode 159.
159.
Please don't forget, hit the buttons, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Help us out. Share the words. Give us some feedback. Let us know what y'all think about the show.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
You know what I mean? And we're gonna try to keep doing it every week. You know what I mean? So don't forget to go back and check out his Lost in Thought about the King Randall situation.
And real quick too, not to be on no spiritual thing, but if you do believe in that, definitely send your prayers to that young man, because I'm telling you, they, the powers that be ain't gonna like that shit.
Right.
They're gonna just let you. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
They're gonna give him a hard time.
Yeah. So keep him in your prayers. And keep him protected
because he's trying to do it without the government involved.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing Roland kept pressing about. So you mean to tell me you're not going to use government funding?
Yeah. It's like why are you? I'm like my thing of it is why are you on the government's dick,
right,
Martin? I mean, damn.
Leave it alone.
And don't get me. And he wasn't really saying that. He don't. He just saying what he was saying. I understood what he was saying, But yeah, the way he said it, it kind of came out wrong. I think he could have worded it better.
Yeah,
because you're going to have government in place to do certain things. We're not that naive,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But what he's saying, like the stuff that I can do, right. I don't need.
He's trying to use them.
I don't need a government voucher to open up the school. I got donations coming into the school to get what I, and I'm utilizing what I can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not waiting on a handout.
Yeah.
I'm making things happen.
Right.
And that's what we need to do.
Absolutely. I agree. I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up.
We
really got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, we went a little over today.
Yeah. If y'all, hung out with us through the whole thing, we appreciate you. And this will be on YouTube later on this evening. I think the StreamYard version might be up there. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If not, my version will be up there in a little while. We'll be on Spotify,